Hi. So, I recently bought a top and it's so fucking beautiful. Look at that. But unfortunately, you can see my whole nipple if I wear it. So, I'm going to put some of this like fabric behind it. I'm like, so you can't see my boob. Yeah. And I'm gonna sew that today. But while I'm doing that, I asked if you had any friendship like dilemmas that you wanted me to help with. And I've got a couple. So while we're doing that, I'll answer some of those and give you some really unsolicited advice. Okay, let's cut out the pattern. I'm gonna begin by tracing out the cups on the fabric. Okay, someone said that there's a new girl in my friendship group. Everyone else seems to love her, but I'm highly suspicious of her. Is there any advice you can give to me on making sure that my intuition is correct, or am I just being paranoid? I fucking understand this. When new friends come into your friendship group, I feel like it's this primal like urge to assess and evaluate them because you don't know that they could be, plotting against you, or you feel threatened, and it's not even in a way of like insecure. I feel as though it's like this like tribal way of thinking. My advice to you is to maybe confide in her. Ask her for some advice about someone else in the friendship group, but say, can you keep this between us? And if it gets out, you know she's not good. You need to like fuck her off. Say you sit her down and you go, it doesn't even have to be about someone else in the friendship group. You could say like, I'm having a real tough time with, I have major diarrhea. I think it has contagious a bit, like I might be a bit contagious. Do you know like any special doctors or like anyone that can help me with that? And then if the next day you're hanging out with your friendship group and one of your BFFs in that friendship group goes, hey, Matilda, how's that massive stinky diarrhea going that you think is contagious? You know that bitch is talking, that she is running her mouth. How do they know that you have stinky diarrhea that's contagious? It's because there's a mole in the friendship group. Somebody said, my mum hates my new friend. I trust her, but my mum is very suspicious of her. This one's very simple. If your mum is level-headed and does give you good advice 90% of the time, get rid of that friend, because I guarantee you, mothers have like a sixth sense when it comes to friendship, and I feel like they just see through the bullshit very easily. Well, at least my mum does, and she'll tell me straight away. She has predicted like every type of friendship that has happened in my life, the ending. Does that mean that I should have cut off the friend earlier? Not necessarily. Sometimes we have to learn these things, and like your mother will maybe correct, but you might just have to find out yourself. Fuck around and find out. She might be wrong. Keep her in your life. Find out for yourself. That really contradicts what I just said at the start by saying fuck her off if your mum's level-headed. But at the same time, if you want to find out, fuck around. Somebody said, I don't want to stop seeing my friends completely, but I'm isolating myself more and more every day. I'm so tired and can't even fathom socializing. What should I do? I have dealt with this. I still deal with this very often. I think most of humanity does, especially in this day and age when it's like all you want to do is be social, and what's normal is like being social. Just text, send a text, say, hey, how you going? Maybe a little phone call. Just don't slip away completely is what I'm trying to say. I used to slip away completely, and that's when I feel like whatever you're battling, that can consume you. Personal anecdote, I usually withdraw socially, isolate myself when I'm going through mental like health issues, because you can hear that like voice that says like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, a lot clearer when you're not outside and with friends and, enjoying yourself. I find that voice wants to keep you alone and in like the confines of your mind. So social withdrawal is usually the first place that it takes. But just maybe, reach out to your loved ones. If you have like acquaintance, just text them and be like, hey, what's good? Doesn't have to be a catch up. And then maybe the next step might be a coffee. You go out for coffee with a friend. It really really, really is important to have some sort of connection with friends and have some part to play in a social setting, because even though it might seem overwhelming and like something that you can't fathom, it really might be just like your mental health that's speaking, not really you. That looks pretty good. Look. And then I just need to do the other one. Yes. Somebody said, in 2 weeks, I go to Europe for 6 months. My boyfriend wants to split, but I don't. What should I do? Go shake your fucking ass on a yacht in fucking Croatia, girl. Do not worry about him. What the fuck? You can't change how someone else perceives the change that's about to incur. So the change being you're going away for 6 months, and as a result of that, he wants to split and you want to stay. You can't really change his perspective, especially when it comes to relationships. In my opinion, if someone wants to check out, you have to let them check out. If you're young, which I assume you are, because that's kind of the classic trope everyone does, go to Europe for 6 months or something to find themselves. So go see the world. He'll be home. He'll be back at home when you come home. And if you want to get back together, you can get back together. He obviously has plans for when you go away. Sorry. You should have some plans for yourself. I think that you should go see the world. He'll be back at home when you come home. It might be a bizarre way to split up because, you want to stay and then you want to stay together and do long distance. Some people just do not function like that. I've done the little bralettes. It should look really good. Someone said, how do I stop comparing myself to my friends? I can't help but always think they're farter. They're smarter and funnier than me. I have had this so many times. Genuinely, I feel like it's natural for females to kind of gauge where they stand in a friendship. Is this girl, prettier than me? Is this girl smarter than me? I feel like it's been ingrained in our brains, especially from social media. What I've learned to do is kind of switch it for terms of endearment, where it's like you're sitting here and looking at your friends and it's like, oh, she's, more... I don't know, she thinks differently to me and I don't think like that. It's like, okay, but she thinks like that and that's fucking beautiful and you get to see that. And then you think another way. Think of it in an endearing way. Perfect. Very happy with that. Thank you so much for watching. That's all the advice I have. I might do another advice session. That was actually kind of fun. Also, I love hearing goss. I love hearing a bit of gossip. So if you have any other dilemmas, maybe make it about relationships or with dilemmas you have with your mother. I love helping out the girls.